Hey, what's going on, team? It's Friday, and it's been a couple months since I kind of did a check-in, did something on the long form side. So I just kind of wanted to pop in, let you guys know how everything's going, kind of let you know where I'm at in life. Obviously, several months ago had pretty terrible thing happen to my family. My wife passed away. My kids lost their mother, and that was rough. And when I kind of did my last check-in, I was still very much kind of in the throes of grief and hurting and stuff. I'm much improved since that video came out, and the response was just amazing. I mean, you guys showed up in the comments and were just, man, so encouraging. Like, one of the ways I feel like I'm very lucky as a creator is that the people who I don't even see your face or know who you are or where you're at, but the amount of people that will just show up and put their hand on my shoulder digitally, I guess, is just astounding. So everyone who did a super thanks or even just showed up and was like, hey, we got your back, we love you, man, that means a lot. That means a lot. It means more than you know, not just to me, but to my 4 children as well. So I'm super grateful for that. You guys are awesome. I really do. Like, I have one of the best crowds watching my goofs out there. I'm very pleased with what I've been given in that way. Feeling better. People ask me all the time how I'm doing, and my kind of default response is better every day, getting better every day. And that's true. I really do feel like, I feel like I'm on a good path. I feel organized. I feel capable. I feel strong. So I'm just kind of trying to lean into that, right? Lean into that. Sorry, I'm holding my phone this time. Trying to stay on that trajectory of healing and improvement. When stuff like that happens, whether you want it to be or not, it's a massive wake-up call. It's a massive wake-up call, and you really don't have a choice to respond to it. In my case, my kids, they need dad. You know what I mean? They need leadership. They need comfort and safety and all that stuff. And really, whether I want to do it or not, there is nothing else but that for me. So, trying to do better at that. It's hard sometimes to feel like you're doing what you need to do as a parent, especially to kids who are, man, they're just hurting, you know what I mean? And so trying to be emotionally available to them whenever they need it, trying, doing my best not to come down too hard on them. Sometimes it's just cranky dad, right? You get in cranky dad mode, people leaving their Go-Gurt wrappers laying around, leaving their socks laying around, Sergeant Major comes out a little bit. But they're great kids. They really are the best kids I could have. Every one of my kids is 1,000% cooler than I thought they would turn out. I'm just I'm as a dad, I'm very proud and very pleased with how they turned out. But yeah, we're all doing better. There's mostly good days. You have those moments where it's just, man, the grief, it just gets you. It'll stop you dead in your tracks. And it really doesn't matter who you've lost, whether a parent, sibling, spouse, grandma, grandpa, uncle, aunt. You lose someone important to you, and months later, you still have those moments where you're just like, damn. I consistently am finding videos that I would have sent to her at one point. And I'm like, oh yeah, there is no one to send that to now. And that stinks. That sucks big time. To continue to, it's been going on 4 months now, and it's wild to me. You know what I mean? Like, the brain needs time to accept the finality of death in that weird way. It's bonkers, man. On the mental health front, I feel good. You know what I mean? It's weird to say that. It's really the best I felt in a while. I'm still kind of working through the pain and working with a limp a little bit, but all in all, I've kind of used that to motivate myself to be better, to get more on top of my schedule, to get more on top of my health, to get more on top of what my kids need, what the people in my life need from me, you know. And it's not perfect. It's not a perfect process. I drop things all the time. You know, people text me and I text them back 3-4 days later, maybe. And I'm like, hey, sorry I missed that. You know what I mean? So doing my best. And that's really all you can do, is do your best, right? You know, I felt like I was given the option when everything happened to just lay down in the mud. And I kind of did that for like the first couple weeks. I just laid down and was just like, man, I am sad and weak. And that's kind of just all I have to give the world right now is sadness and weakness. Yeah, when you experience a tragedy like that, you feel winged, you feel wounded. And, you know, as a full-blown 37-year-old man, I'll tell you, like, I did not feel capable. I did not feel strong. I did not feel, didn't feel like I could really do anything meaningful. But that strength does come back. And it's important to remember that. I think a lot of men feel specific shame in the moments where they feel weakened, to the point where they worry that they'll never get that strength back. And I want to encourage you that it does come back. It doesn't come back in a day. It doesn't come back in a day, but it does come back. But yeah, mental health as well. I'm sober right now. That feels good. I'm not really thinking about it, not craving it. You know, my desires, the things that I crave, is like time to work on content, time to make stuff. I know I talk all the time about, like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do more of that. And you're like, okay, well, you're just putting out little minute-long crafting and Billy friendly clips still, bud. What are you working on in there? I'm still kind of trying to dream that up. You know what I mean? I want to leave you guys with something special. You know, if the day comes where I've posted my last video, I want the things that I leave you guys to have an impact and be something that, you know, you guys are laughing about years from now, and you're showing people, you know, and enjoying that. And that's the kind of stuff I want to make. I want to make people laugh. I want to give people good stories, good memories to tell. And, you know, working on music stuff. You know, I did join a band. That was kind of a crazy move that happened, you know, kind of on a whim. I had some old friends from a band called Bear the Mark. We're in need of a guitar player. And yeah, just spur of the moment was like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll do it. So I've been playing with them, and man, they just, the way they kind of rallied around me and have become brothers to me is pretty incredible. We got our big show of the year, Bear Fest in Amarillo, Texas on August 30th. If you're in that area, man, come through. It's going to be a good show. There's a lot of great bands on that bill, and we're playing that. So August 30th, Bear Fest, Amarillo, Texas. That's my little plug for that. But all in all, it feels good. You know, I'm definitely working through the limp of you know, that grief still, but I'm getting my strength and my speed back for sure. You know, just trying to enjoy the lessons that I was taught through this entire experience, and it's not always easy. You know, they say pain is a good teacher. Well, pain can be kind of an abusive teacher sometimes. Pain can really, you know, pull out that rod and smack your knuckles, and that can be tough. But you're learning the whole time. You're learning. So I want to encourage you at the end. I didn't really leave you guys with anything encouraging at the end of the last video, but I do want to say this. Tragedy takes no prisoners, right? It's going to come for us all. You're going to lose somebody. You're going to lose a job. You are going to experience something that upends your life in a way that it can never go back. It's a permanent change, and it's something that you have to deal with, or you can lay in the mud, right? You're going to get that option just like I did. I want to encourage you guys, as good as laying in the mud can feel, because it does feel good. You lay down, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to accept any responsibility. Everyone kind of understands for a while, right? Oh, he just lost somebody. She just lost somebody. He's gone through it. She's been through it. They're going to understand for a while, and you're going to be free to lay there. Don't overextend your stay in the mud. Don't lay in the mud longer than you need to. When you get hurt, be hurt. But when you feel even an ounce of your strength return to you, lean into that. Get up. Start climbing out of that hole. Start making a plan to get your life back on a new track. Don't try to recreate what you had before you fell into the mud, because it's gone, right? Something has fundamentally changed in a way that you don't get to go back, and that's life. I know a lot of you are hurting, and I look over the comments in that video and other videos that I've made about mental health and stuff like that, and I realize a lot of people who watch my videos are hurting. They're devastated by something. I want to tell you, whatever that is, it is temporary, and there's a fix out there somewhere. But that fix is going to stay hidden if you're laying in the mud. If you're not out there actively searching for the solution to your problems, they're going to stay unsolved. All right? And one of the biggest things I want to leave you with is avoiding entertaining the solution, the absolute solution to your problems, which is to take yourself out of the equation. I want to tell you guys that no matter how good of an idea that can sound to you at any moment in your life, it is always a bad idea. It is always a bad idea. It is better to stay and suffer and learn than to put the people who care about you and the people who love you through that. So I'm asking you, not Chief, not One Punch, this is Josh asking you to stay, to work through it, to talk to somebody, to find that new hobby, to find that new job, to bounce back and find love again, whatever you got to do, to laugh again. I'm out here making jokes, and my wife died a couple months ago. I'm bouncing back. Does it look weird? Yeah, but it's working. All right? And my kids have their dad, and I have a job, and we're figuring it out. You got to figure it out. And don't do it with regard to what everyone else is going to think. All right? You do what you need to do. Don't drown in the bottle. Don't go dive into the bottle. That's not the solution. I promise. It's never the solution. It's not in drugs or alcohol. All right? It's in life. It's in the beauty of a clear blue sky. It's reflected back at you on the surface of a placid, glassy lake. When you get out there and it's in nature. It's in people. I know it's easy to say people suck. People are terrible. There's some truth to that, but there's also a lot of beauty in just people. I've seen human kindness displayed over and over and over again over the last several months to me. It's out there. You got to look for it. It's not going to just show up at your doorstep every day. Stay in the fight. Stay in the fight. Stay in life. All right? Joy will come back. All right? Joy will always come back. Pain may come back, but you learn and you get better at weaving through the punches as life throws you that pain. So stay, because you might be someone's teacher someday. And I'm not out here trying to say I'm your mentor, I'm your teacher. Look, I am very specifically not open kimono about a lot of the problems I got in my life, because I struggle a lot. I struggle, and it's hard for me some days to wake up and think I should be giving advice to anybody, because I'm going through it on any given day of the week. But if this video is helpful, then I'm going to keep doing it, right? And I'm glad I stayed to be able to do that. So I'm in the fight. I'm still out here. We're still having a good time. We're still making stuff, right? Working through the pain. I invite you guys to stay, to work through the pain. All right? Be there for each other. Be vigilant. All right? Listen to your friends, your loved ones when they're hurting. All right? Don't miss an opportunity. All right? Make sure you're making the people in your life feel valued. All right? And if you ask yourself if your behavior reflects that. Do I make the people in my life feel like they have a place and a purpose. It's easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. I don't know why I'm doing a Trump impression. You guys are amazing. All right. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and have a good weekend. I'll see you on the flip.